Hi, everybody. Welcome to Nissan In-Game Live, along with the legend, Ray Dittinger. I'm Michael Barkann. Raymond, it says here 21-13 at halftime. Birds trail the Kansas City Chiefs, the once and future Super Bowl champions, but it easily could have been 24-13 or 28-13 at halftime. Your thoughts on this one? Overview first, Raymond.
Well, the Eagles can't stop the Chiefs' offense. Pretty obvious. Chiefs have had the ball 3 times, driven it the length of the field, and scored touchdowns all 3 times. The only way the Eagles have a chance in this game is if they match them score for score. And we said in the pregame show that the Chiefs, and I think it's been evidenced on the first half of this game, Chiefs have huge problems on defense. Their defense is not very good. And they had led the league coming into this game. Through 3 games, they had given up more red zone touchdowns than any defense in football.
12 of 13 coming in.
12 of 13, and I said to you in pregame, I said, this is the Eagles' opportunity here. If they get red zone opportunities against this team, they can't be kicking field goals. They got to be scoring touchdowns to keep pace with the Chiefs' offense. Well, the Eagles haven't really done that. I mean, they've had 3 red zone possessions. They got 1 touchdown, but twice they settled for field goals. You're not going to beat this Chiefs' offense with field goals.
Last week, after the Dallas game, Nick Sirianni said, we thought we had to keep up with them. They're an explosive offense, and we thought maybe this week the Eagles would go back to doing what they like to do, whatever that is. Do you think they're trying to keep up with the Chiefs in the manner of the Cowboys game, or are they doing their thing, in your view?
No, I think they're. I really don't fault their offensive approach. I mean, I think that if you look at their possessions, they've brought in a whole lot of really quick stuff for Hurts. Really quick. The ball's out of his hands, blink, 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 bang, 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 which I think suits him well. But it's also a necessary condition of where your offensive line is right now. You have no offensive line. So they can't have the kid holding the ball for very long. You saw what happened on the last play at the half. When he has the ball in his hand too long, he's going to get hit. So the whole offense has been running on a very, very quick rhythm, which is very smart. And they've been trying to put together short throws, dink and dunk kind of stuff that moves the ball, keeps Hurts out of trouble, and also controls the clock. I mean, the Eagles have had a couple pretty good drives. I mean, in the first quarter, the Eagles had the ball for over 9 minutes, which is not a bad way to play the Chiefs because you don't want the ball in Patrick Mahomes' hands. So they've been able to do that, and they've been able to drive. But where the problem is that they haven't been able to finish off the drives, only 1 out of the 3.
The problem also is, I mean, you look at 13 points at halftime. If you double it, that's not too bad. Not that you can assume that, but 13 points, okay. The problem is stopping this Chiefs offense. And Pat Mahomes looks like he's got it humming, but yet the defensive line has applied pressure. Where has the problem come for the Eagles defensively?
Well, I mean, they've done a pretty good job of neutralizing the Chiefs' big weapons. You're coming into this game, you're worried about Travis Kelce, and he's been non-factor through the first half, very much the way Kittle was a couple weeks ago when they played the 49ers. Tyreek Hill has made a couple big plays, but they've used the other guys. They've run the ball, I think, better than the Eagles expected. The Eagles have given up they've been gashed way too often on the ground. And I kind of understand what they're dealing with here because when you're playing the Chiefs, they've got weapons all over the field. I mean, and you take away this guy's going to kill you. I mean, they've just got a load of offensive players. What I find kind of funny, and I think probably Eagles fans out there that are watching the game, well, I don't know if you think it's funny, but familiar perhaps is the better word, is twice now the Chiefs have gotten the ball down to the goal line, and Andy's called for that shovel pass, which when he was coaching the Eagles, you saw that all the time. When they got the ball inside the 5-yard line, they would go split backfield, and you'd have McNabb shoveling the ball to Brian Westbrook all the time. And, it worked then, and it's worked now. That's how the Chiefs have gotten 2 of their touchdowns. But that's kind of the nature of what the Chiefs are, Mike. I mean, they're a team they're a dynamic offense. If they don't the only way you can stop them is they stop themselves. They turn the ball over. They had 6 turnovers through 3 games. That's how they got beat. Now, they haven't turned it over yet, but what you see is if they don't make mistakes and stop themselves, they're very hard to stop.
I know it's offense versus defense and not offense versus offense, but when you stack up these 2 offenses against some defenses that are questionable, the Eagles have 252 overall net yards to 241 by the Chiefs. The Eagles have passed for 196 versus 144 with the Chiefs. The Chiefs have a guy who's looking for 170 receiving yards in Tyreek Hill. Devontae Smith is looking at the same for the Eagles. So it's not the offenses, really, is it?
No. I think that, the Chiefs, they've been to the last 2 Super Bowls. If they're going to go back to the Super Bowl this year, they're going to have to do major work on their defense because everybody has moved the ball against them. I mean, they're 31st out of 32 teams defensively, and those stats aren't going to get a whole lot better based on what you saw in the first half today.
All right, that's going to do it for Nissan in-game live. For Ray Dittinger, I'm Michael Barkann. We remind you that Barrett Brooks and Seth Joyner have updates coming up after the third quarter, and as soon as the clock hits 0, we are on the air with Eagles Postgame Live on NBC Sports Philadelphia Plus Channel today. Plus Channel. That's coming up after the game. Thanks for watching. Ray, Michael, we'll see you later.